Guys, are you struggling to empty your bladder completely? Well, warning, this problem is going to turn into a much bigger nightmare unless you take action. But don't worry, I have figured out a solution to help you stop it in its tracks. Now, if you feel like your bladder is holding you hostage and refusing to empty, no matter what you try, you're not alone. And guess what? Ignoring it could lead you down a path you do not want to go down. Today, we are lifting the lid on this bathroom dilemma, revealing 2 shocking medical reasons why your bladder's playing hardball. We're talking stealthy conditions you never knew were lurking behind those frustrating bathroom trips. But hold on to your hats because I've got the ultimate easy and safe fix that is going to flip the script on your bladder issues. Let's get into it. All right, now if you're getting frustrated with how long it's taking you to empty your bladder, if you're even emptying it all, you're probably wondering, Eric, what structures are in my body that is causing this issue and why aren't they getting any better? Well, don't worry, because you're gonna join me in the shower right now as I get drenched in Gatorade to demonstrate what in the world's going on and then teach you how to fix it. Come on. All right, into the shower we go. So let's have a look at the funnel and the tube that I have here. And guys, we all know what to do when we've got a funnel, don't we? That's a joke. Gonna save that for later. Okay, now all kidding aside, imagine your bladder as this funnel in the tube. This tube represents your urethra, also called your P-tube. So a normal guy would urinate like this. I've got some blue Gatorade. Have a look at this stream. So that, I think we can agree, looks like a pretty normal stream. Now this resembles what your flow and bladder emptying used to look like. However, if you're watching this video, there's a good chance that your flow looks a lot more like this. I think we can see the difference. It's not as good of a flow. So now what could be the culprit? Well, you'll notice that there's a clamp wrapped around the tube right here. And that clamp, that resembles an enlarged prostate. Now you might be saying to yourself, Eric, I already knew that my prostate was the problem. Well, hold the phone because you probably didn't realize that there is in fact a second clamp on your urethra that is contributing to your incomplete bladder emptying, your decreased urine flow, and some of the other bladder issues you're having. Now, what is this second clamp? Well, gentlemen, the second clamp, it resembles your pelvic floor muscles. You see, both your prostate and your pelvic floor muscles, they are likely to be the culprits that are causing your incomplete bladder emptying issues. Now, before we get into the good stuff, I need you to all go and follow the gentleman's agreement. Well, how do you do that? Well, it'll take you 2 seconds right now to click that subscribe button directly below, and then I want you to comment gentleman's agreement below in the comment section so that I can officially welcome you to the greatest men's health community on YouTube. Yeah, I'm talking about our channel. Now, subscribe to the channel, comment gentleman's agreement, and thank you all so much for your support. Let's get back to the fun. All right, now let's get into the specific conditions linked to these 2 clamps that I have right here. First clamp's your prostate, the second clamp is your tight pelvic floor. All right, let's start off with the first clamp, your prostate. Now, around 95% of guys are going to experience an enlarged prostate in their lifetime. Now, this condition is called benign prostatic hyperplasia, and if you're not a fan of fancy medical terminology, you can call it BPH for short. Now, reflect on this for a second. Your bladder problems, they didn't happen overnight. It's likely been a gradual worsening over time as your prostate just continues to grow in size, and it's only now that you've realized that this problem isn't going away. It's actually getting worse. Okay, so picture this. I have a small mandarin orange, whatever you want to call it here, resembling a normal prostate with the tube resembling your urethra. Now, as your prostate grows in size, well, it ends up looking a lot more like this. Can you see the difference? Imagine what this one is doing to your urine flow through your urethra. It's no wonder why your bladder's not fully emptying. So what causes your prostate to grow? Well, the growth of your prostate, it's linked to a few factors such as your age, your diet, your genetics and family history, and the level of physical activity that you've completed during your life. Now, as for the second clamp here, your tight pelvic floor, the tightness you might be experiencing is related to the amount of exercise that you've completed or lack of exercise. Now, regardless if you've led a sedentary lifestyle or an active lifestyle, there's a good chance that your pelvic floor is holding a lot of tightness and a lot of stress. And I mean, it makes sense, right? Once you understand the role of the pelvic floor muscles, these muscles, well, they act like a hammock, big hammock just like this. And they attach from your tailbone all the way up to your pubic bone up front, supporting the weight of almost all your internal organs and also aiding in you fully emptying your bladder. Now, over time, your pelvic floor muscles, they can become overly stiff and overly tight, and they can act as a clamp, the second clamp here, preventing you from fully emptying your bladder, hence the second clamp on the hose. Now, having an enlarged prostate and a tight pelvic floor is the classic 1-2 punch combo. And yes, both conditions of enlarged prostate and a tight pelvic floor, they happen naturally. Well, great, Eric, how do I go about fixing these issues? Well, hold the phone. Now we're getting to the good part. But first, a quick word from today's sponsor. Oh wait, I'm today's sponsor. Guys, if you're struggling with bladder issues, erectile dysfunction, prostate issues, I offer holistic Zoom call consultations and online coaching to help you out. Cut the fluff, you need to speak to an expert. That's me, so I can help get you on the right path to a full recovery. I have helped countless of men online. You can go onto my website, you can see all my testimonials, and if you're feeling like you're ready for a change and you're ready to take action, you can start by booking in for a free 15-minute consultation with myself over Zoom so that we can discuss either a 1-hour consultation or online coaching. Enough's enough. Your condition's not getting any better. It's time to engage an expert. The link's down below for you to go check it out, and I hope to meet you soon. Okay, if you were driving your car around town and the check tire pressure light and the check engine light came on your dashboard, what would you do? Firstly, you'd go make sure that you didn't have a flat tire, and then you'd probably bring your car into the mechanic for a servicing. Well, the same goes for your bladder. If you're not fully emptying your bladder, and if it's taking you longer to start your stream, or maybe your stream isn't as strong as it used to be, this is your body's way of lighting up your dashboard with warning lights. First things first, you need to go and you need to get your prostate checked by your doctor. This is a must, as they might have to intervene with a procedure to reduce the size of your prostate if it's already gotten too big. Next, you need to tackle the different areas that are within your control when dealing with an enlarged prostate to reduce your overall symptoms. Those areas are your diet, your weight, your physical activity, and supplementation. Now, when it comes to your diet, consider limiting your caffeine and your alcohol intake. Eat a diet rich in fruits and vegetables, and reduce your consumption of processed foods, fast food, sugary drinks, and you might also consider decreasing the amount of red meat and dairy products that you consume as well. Now, when it comes to your weight, the more body fat that you can lose, the less bladder symptoms you will experience. Having extra body fat on your frame, it's definitely not helping your situation, and a great way to help with this is by cleaning up your diet and also by completing just a little bit more exercise. Now, when it comes to supplements, a lot of guys turn to supplements such as MSM, beta-citrusol, pumpkin seeds, selenium, zinc, lycopene, and there's a whole bunch of others, but you need to remember that the supplement industry, it's largely unregulated. So you gotta do your own research, and you must talk with your doctor before taking anything just to be safe. Now, here's what you can do to tackle a tight pelvic floor. You can stretch these muscles. A few of my favorite pelvic floor stretches are the butterfly stretch, the pretzel stretch, and the happy baby stretch. Now, if you can decrease your prostate symptoms and stretch your pelvic floor at the same time, you will start to see great results in the area of your bladder emptying, the strength of your urine stream, and the time it takes for you to fully empty your bladder. Now, I've actually made an entire video taking you through each of these pelvic floor stretches that I just mentioned, and you can watch it right here. Again, if you need more personalized help, please book in for a free 15-minute call so that I can help you. And remember, regardless of your situation, keep going, and I'll see you in the next video.